A long time ago, far away in Jericho, were Joseph and his people. Think of a big army, camped out, ready to invade at any moment. Now, unknown to anyone, Achan of the tribe of Judah, son of Zimri, son of Zerah, anyhow, that's not important, but Achan, seeing something that caught his fancy, greedily took some of the plunder for himself. Meanwhile, Joshua, the big guy in charge of the time, was ready to take over the different people groups in the Promised Land. So naturally, for success, he needed to be prepared.
Go and spy on the region.
And so he sent these people to Ai, near Bethlehem, east of Bethel. You get the idea. But honestly, that isn't important either. Anyways, the men came back to report to Joshua their findings.
What are we up against? You're not to worry. Not many people live there, so only 3,000 men are necessary.
Naturally, Joshua was very pleased. He immediately sent up the men. However, to his dismay, the so-called little threat ended up humiliating the Israelites by chasing them down and destroying their army. Kinda stinks, am I right? A devastated Joshua and a group of priests then tore their clothes and lay before the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, well, you might not do this in modern times. When you lose, Joshua was pretty upset. Give the man some grace. Anyways, he wanted to know why they could have lost. Wasn't the Lord protecting them? Then why did they lose?
Lord, why did you let us be defeated by our enemies? If only we had just stayed on the other side of the Jordan. But what can we do? Surely our enemies will find out about our defeat and try to destroy us. What shall we do? Get up. What are you doing on the ground? Israel has sinned and violated my covenant. Didn't you know? They have stolen things and kept it for themselves. This is why you have lost, because you have turned against me. Until you get rid of this person, I will not be among you.
Of course, Joshua had no idea. He was speechless.
Tell the people to prepare themselves for tomorrow, for they won't be able to stand against their enemies until they get rid of what they have coveted. In the morning, they must present themselves tribe by tribe. I will choose one at a time. From that clan, a family be chosen, and from that family, man by man will come up, and if he is found with these stolen items, he will be burned along with all his possessions. He has violated my covenant and Israel.
Of course, Joshua didn't go against what God told him because, God being the creator of the entire universe and all, it's probably wise to do what he says. So, of course, the next morning, Joshua had all the tribes come forward, and, of course, by chance, Achan's tribe, Judah, was the one to be chosen first. You can guess that Achan was not delighted, him being the first one to be called and all. Joshua did not intend this, of course, but questioned him nevertheless.
Do not lie. Honor God in this. Confess to me. Tell me what you have done.
Achan, for some reason or other, must have felt guilty or had some sort of tug on his heart. You would think that he would keep quiet and try to hide it, like most people would, but instead he flat out confessed to Joshua what he had done.
All right, I did it. I sinned. I saw a beautiful robe, silver and gold in the plunder, and couldn't help myself. I took them and buried them in the ground inside my tent.
You can believe that Joshua was taken aback that he had come out and confessed. He sent messengers to Achan's tent to see if this was true. And, sure enough, it was. They gathered up all the loot and brought them to Joshua. You would believe that Joshua might have mercy on the man for confessing when first questioned, but that isn't exactly what happened. Joshua instead took Achan, all of the things he had stolen, and everything he owned down to the valley of Achor. You can guess that by now Achan knew he was in big trouble.
Why did you bring this trouble on us, Achan? Because of your actions, you will be punished.
One would expect that Achan was quite terrified. Instead of grace, he was met with stones. He was stoned by the Israelites and then burned, along with all of the things brought to the temple. But again, punishments were pretty different. A pile of rocks was heaped over his body and the Lord's anger was subdued, therefore ending Achan's life and this story.